I saw your Twitter today and you put out it's collecting, it's going to touch 150 crore, the Kerala story.
It's the second highest grossing Hindi film of 2023. It's sitting pretty on the number 2 position this year after Pathaan.
Wow.
I don't know the authenticity of the film, but I would say that in terms of numbers, it's working big time.
There was a time when the Prime Minister mentioned the film in one of his speeches. Do you think that's where escalated, reached more people?
Yes, our Honorable Prime Minister did comment on it. I'm not denying that.
Moving on to something that was a big surprise. I saw your Twitter today and you put out it's collecting, it's going to touch 150 crore, the Kerala story. Leaving aside, the politics of it that people are discussing, plain business-wise, did you expect a film like that come and make such huge numbers?
I'll tell you one thing very honestly.
Right.
आप उसे कोई भी नाम दे दीजिए, आप उसे कंट्रोवर्सी का नाम दे दीजिए, कुछ भी कह दीजिए, इवेंचुअली फॉर द एग्जिबिटर्स यानी थिएटर वालों के लिए रुपया पैसा आना वो मैटर करता है. बॉक्स ऑफिस पे सिक्कों की खनक से ज्यादा मीठी आवाज हो ही नहीं सकती. एंड आई थिंक दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एनी फिल्म मेकर दैट द बैलेंस शीट इज ग्रीन नॉट रेड. इन दिस केस the film industry was bleeding. Bhola did not live up to the expectations. Kisi ka Bhai, Kisi ki Jaan was an underperformer. No one expected Kerala story to work in such a big way, the way it's working at the moment. People might be drawing parallels with Kashmir Files. I'm not denying that. But the fact is that, in terms of numbers, it's very important that the film recovers its investment. Here, well, it's a lottery for the producer, for Vipul Shah. And the fact that it's today is the 12th day and it's going to cross 150 crores.
Huge.
Not just 150 crores. It's the second highest grossing Hindi film of 2023. It has overtaken Bhola. It has overtaken Salman Khan's Kisi Ka Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan. And is sitting pretty on the number 2 position this year after Pathaan.
Wow. That is huge.
Now, what could be the business of this film? 200 crores, 225, 250, कुछ पता नहीं. Sky is the limit. When the audience accepts it, हाँ आप उसे बोल दीजिए कि इसे कई लोग पेट्रोनाइज कर रहे हैं, कई लोग ये कंट्रोवर्सीज की वजह से आ गई है. सुर्खियों में तो कई फिल्में आती हैं, हेडलाइंस में. कंट्रोवर्सीज में, विवादों में भी कई फिल्में घिरी रहती हैं. No denying that. But eventually the film has to speak for itself. The content has to speak for itself. I'm not trying to say what is right and what is wrong. I'm just trying to say the numbers are right. And for the film industry that was bleeding, film industry ICU में थी. पठान के बाद भी कई फिल्में जो थी, खासकर शहजादा और सेल्फी, इन्होंने बहुत बड़ा झटका दिया है फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को. 440 वॉट का झटका दिया. एंड देन नाउ केम भोला एंड देन किसी का भाई किसी की जान. एंड दीज आर ऑल इंपॉर्टेंट स्टार स्टडेड फिल्म्स which didn't work at the box office. And then you have a Kerala story which does 150 plus now at the moment, maybe heading towards or marching towards 200 crores and going beyond 250 also. Now the cost of the film is very minimal.
Right.
So in terms of economics, it's a lottery.
Right.
It's a blockbuster.
Right.
But no one expected it. Coming back to your question, I did not expect it. I saw it. I was slightly unwell. I missed the screening before the release. I saw it on the day of release. I felt it was a well-made film. I don't know the authenticity of the film, but I would say that in terms of numbers, it's working big time.
Right. When it released, not many even knew it is releasing. When did the jump come suddenly? There was a time when the Prime Minister mentioned the film in one of his speeches. Do you think that's where escalated, reached more people?
I guess, it works with, it is because the word of mouth also contributes. Yes, our Honorable Prime Minister did comment on it. I'm not denying that. But somewhere down the line, there has to be an endorsement from the common man who's digging into his pockets, taking out his wallet and paying money at the ticket counter. That's more important. I think somewhere down the line, the audience has come in. Somewhere down the line, people are going to the cinema halls, not just in India, across the globe. And I think that's why the film is working.
Right.
And in terms of economics, so I mean, as I said, it's a lottery. In terms of numbers, it's a huge profit
it must be a small budget film.
It's a very small budget film. I don't think the cost would be, excluding P&A, it should not be more than 20.
My
Or
God.
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This question could be best
Sure.
answered by Vipul Shah.
Right.
But I feel with my experience, not more than 20 crores.
Right.
Add P&A or whatever that was, and it could go to 30 or whatever
Yeah.
with interest and everything. But I feel that when 150 you've already crossed today, and you're the second highest film, that itself is a humongous achievement.
Then it will go to OTT as well.
Now the digital price will be different,
Yeah.
because अब आप उसे डिजिटल राइट्स बेचेंगे, सैटेलाइट राइट्स बेचेंगे, वो तो आपके लिए ब्रेड बटर तो उसमें आ गया था, जैम भी आ गया था, अभी तो उसमें तो फिर वो सोचिए क्या है।
Right.
जब ऊपर वाला देता है छप्पर फाड़ के देता है। विपुल शाह डिड नॉट हैव गुड रन फॉर द लास्ट कपल ऑफ फिल्म्स, बट आई थिंक वो जो सारी 3-4 फिल्में जो नहीं चली या औसत दर्जे एवरेज भी जो रही होगी, वॉट एवर इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, इसमें ही इज बैक ऑन track again.
Right. People may call this one and Kashmir Files controversial films, propaganda films. Do you see more and more people, producers, now getting and jumping into something like this, which will stir the pot maybe, but it will get them the money?
Maybe, I don't know. But as of now, there have been no announcements.
Okay.
Let's be very honest, and one should really go only by the announcements, official announcements. I genuinely feel that maybe people are planning something. I have no idea. There have been no announcements to that effect.
Right.
Let the time come. Let us see how the film goes.
Okay.
And I guess over a period of time, I genuinely feel that we need to make different kind of films also. Mass masala is great. Romantic films are great. Socially relevant films are important as well. Mythologicals should also be made.
Yeah.
And if someone wants to attempt a film like Kashmir Files and Kerala Story, it's up to them.
Right.
I think in times to come, we'll have to wait for the official announcement to come in and then actually talk about it.
Right, sure. Right, talking about different films will be made. One that's coming, all eyes are on Adi Purush.
Yes.
What are your expectations from that?
After I saw the teaser, I was very disappointed.
The first teaser.
The first teaser.
Right.
In fact, at the trailer launch, I told Om Raut, and I told Prabhas also, that I have not liked your teaser, but I have loved the trailer. So, जो teaser में जो खामियां थी, मुझे ट्रेलर अच्छा लगा in terms of look, in terms of everything. It's looking nice, 3D. Right. I hope that the film works.
Yeah.
It's a very big film. It's exactly 1 month down the line. And 16th of June it's releasing. Also, I don't know how the film has shaped up. No one has watched it.
Right.
And I'm sure the first premiere would be happening on the 13th of June at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. Prior to that, I don't think there would be any screening. And then perhaps there would be screening for us, for the media, and if at all there are. And then straight to the audience on the 16th.
Wow.
But I think Ramayana as an emotion is a very strong emotion.
Yes.
And I think for me, I would want to watch Ramayana on the big screen. I've seen when Ramanand Sagar Sahab was making Ramayana on Doordarshan. And I remember there were 3 serials at that point of time. Ramanand Sagar Sahab's Ramayana, B.R. Chopra Sahab's Mahabharat, and Ramesh Sippy Sir's Bunyad.
Right.
जब ये serials TV पे आते थे तो traffic खाली हो जाता था. The roads used to be completely empty.
Right.
And it was a fact. I've seen it with my own eyes. And Ramayana, since we are talking about Ramayana, when Ramanand Sagar Sahab made Ramayana at that point of time, there was no great VFX. There was no, I mean, there was not, he did
just makeup and masks.
Mask and everything. And वो वैसा budget भी नहीं था जो आज आदि पुरुष को मिला है. So Om Raut has to get it right.
Yeah,
it's a very big responsibility on his shoulders.
He has all the resources.
And he needs to deliver.
Right.
He needs to deliver as a film. He needs to deliver with numbers also.
Right.
Because Prabhas, Ramayana, most importantly Ramayana, it's a big film.
Right.
You can't go wrong. You should not go wrong.
Right. Teaser feedback से trailer बहुत अच्छा बन गया. Are you expecting the film also to be, they must have worked on the film, do you think?
I hope so. The fact that they've delayed the film, I presume they must have worked on it. They are tight-lipped about it. They don't want to comment on it, but I hope the wait is worth it. क्योंकि क्या होता है जब आप एक बड़ी फिल्म देखने जाते हैं तो बड़ी उम्मीदों के साथ जाते हैं. हर आम और खास की जुबान पे उस फिल्म का जिक्र होता है. और जब इस फिल्म के साथ इमोशंस जुड़ जाते हैं किसी सब्जेक्ट के साथ, तो उसका सही होना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. एंड ये ओम राउत के कंधों पे एक बहुत बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है कि वो डिलीवर करे. क्योंकि Tanaji was a very well made film.
Yes, it was. Right.
Yeah, and it worked at the box office
Yes.
also. So obviously the expectations are sky high. And well, let's hope Adipurush is also well made.
Right. June will also have Maidan, Satya Prem Ki Katha. You think you see this as a good month for the industry?
You know, I genuinely feel the month of May is not really happening for the film industry right now. Had it not been for the Kerala story, it would have been a complete dry month for the film industry.
God,
In any case, there are not many films that are really working at the box office. There's a Hollywood film coming in next week,
Yes.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But then that's a Hollywood film. We need more of local films to actually work at the box office. June should be a game changer. Jawan has been shifted to
Jawan is
September, as we know.
yes.
It's a great thing that Shah Rukh did, actually, if you ask me.
Why do you say that?
I feel, and this is my humble opinion,
Okay.
I feel that January to June was very limited time. And the breathing space for Jawan would be just 2 weeks. Because there's Adi Purush coming.
Yes, right.
So, you know, when you're arriving on the 2nd, and then you are releasing, and you have a 16th pay Adi Purush coming, and then you have only 14 days ka window. Maybe the film is great, I'm not denying that. But now he's shifted to September, it's a Janmashtami weekend. So he's got a 4-day weekend again.
Right.
So let's hope, so that's my point of view, that there's sufficient gap between Pathan and Jawan now. Coming back to June, you just mentioned about Maidan and Satya Prem Ki Katha. Well, it's a great month if you ask me. And all three are different films. And I genuinely hope and pray that all three work at the box office.
Right.
It's so important for the film industry to survive. It's so important for the business to survive. It's so, and most importantly, it is important for the exhibitors to survive.
Right.
Because they have been, post-COVID, it's been a terrible scenario.
Right.
As I said, the film industry is in the ICU, even now at the moment.
Right.
One Pathan works.
Right.
But otherwise, you know, you can't really just rely on one Pathan to actually take you to safety.
Right.
You have to have multiple Pathans at the box office to actually take you to safety.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not worth it.
Right. You know, because when Pathan is working, then a Kerala story, a completely unexpected hit.
Yeah.
Then a Fast and Furious, if it works. So this is not the film industry here giving anything to the
Absolutely.
exhibitors.
You're so right.
Yeah.
As I said, you need to have local films. You need to have, जो हमारी फिल्में हैं, उनका कामयाब होना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Right.
और ये बहुत ज़रूरी इसलिए भी है क्योंकि हमारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री एक बहुत नाजुक दौर से गुजर रही है. We are going through a very lean phase at the moment, and I think and I hope that the makers realize in the coming weeks that they need to concentrate on content.
Right.
Because you can't really be taking the audience for granted कि हमारे यहाँ तो स्टार है, वो आ जाएंगे, वो फिल्में देख लेंगे.
Right.